Okay, all right. So regex, regex is nothing but, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm audible now. So regex stands for regular expressions. Okay, regular expressions are nothing but by passing a combination of certain characters, you can get a match, as we call it hit, right? So you can get a match for certain pattern. So for pattern matching we use regex. Now the way in Python to use regex is by importing re. We have a dedicated uh, module for regex, and if I import re and do a regex of re, as you can as you can see, you have lots of methods now: compile, enum, error, escape, find all, find detail, full match, basically match, purge, search, split, sub and a template, so etc etc. A lot of them are there. Okay, but even before we go to methods, this is what we have to understand. In pattern matching, when you want to do a pattern matching, there is something called meta characters. So you can met, use meta characters to specify certain attributes of your match, of your search. Okay, what you're trying to search. For example, if you specify a dot, it means one character. Okay, if you specify this caret symbol, it means that you want to match in the starting. And if you give a dollar, you want to say that you want to end the string. Okay, end the pattern with so and so thing, for in order to get the match. So these meta characters basically are trying to add on to the pattern that you are already passing. Let's just say your pattern is you want something to match with a and end with e, and there should be three letters in between. Okay, then this would be your pattern. So let's just say this is your pattern. You want to start with a, end with e. It could be apple, it could be anything else as well. But if this is what your pattern is, you want to tell, for your pattern, your actual pattern is a only, a e only, start with a, end with e, but you want to tell how many letters you want to have in that, right? So for your pattern, you are adding additional attributes. In order to add those attributes, you are going to use meta characters. Okay. Likewise, we have special sequences. So special sequences tell the interpreter what should the match belong to, what data type it should belong to. For example, if you use w, it should be character, slash d, it should be a number, something like that. So methods are various methods. What you want to do after you get a match, whether you want to only search for it, whether you want to find all the matching elements, whether you want to split it, whether you want to get a subsection of it, whatever you want to do. Okay, and these methods that I have mentioned here, they work on top of the hit. Once you get a match, what do you want to do? Do you want to group it, or do you want to, after you get a match, do you want to start group dot start? Okay, do you want to start in the beginning of that group that you have obtained? Whether do you want to end, start at the end? Do you want to span it? Do you want to get a string from that, or do you want to compile it? Okay, so all those things you're gonna do. So this is just to give you an idea. So various things we have in regex. One is type of pattern match. Okay, second thing is additional attributes you want to give, and what do you want to do, methods basically, what do you want to do once you get the match. And once you get a hit, how do you want to group them? Do you want to group them from the start? Do you want to obtain the end part of it? Do you want to literally group them? Okay, do you want to get the string part of it? What do you want to do? So that is what these ones are talking about. Okay, so if you have understood these things, then doing pattern matching is very easy for you. So is this clear? These four things are clear. Okay, let's start directly working on the examples, because only when you uh, code something you will understand. A theory part is I don't think with theory anybody can understand. So my first method is, let's just say, compile. I want to compile something such that I'm specifying a okay, let me take it in a very simple way instead. Let me first talk about what do we have in the meta characters, and then build up from there. Otherwise, if I start mixing everything, then it will be tough. Let's just say my I'm starting with the meta characters now. Let's just say I want to hit for something that starts with A, ends with yes. Okay, but the length of that should be 5. Okay, when the length of that should be 5, so I specify in the middle. It could be anything. If I put a dot, it means anything, right? The match could come up with, it could be A. This dot means A to Z, or numbers, or whatever. So that is what this dot is about. So that we'll see how to get this match. If I specify first, I will specify pattern, what my pattern should be. Okay, it should start with A and have 3 letters and end with S. Now let my test string be world is a abyss. I just for the sake of this thing, I'm just trying to write something. By the way, it's I'm not sure if you are any comical fans. This is a dialogue from Batman game. Anyway, okay, fine. World is an abyss. Okay, so that's just some sentence. And I have specified my pattern. I know what to get, and I have my string. And this string, although I'm specifying a string, this could be a file as well. You can read with open some file as fp. From that file you can iterate over that file using a loop, and then match a pattern. That also I will show you. Okay, for now our string is this, and I want to do a match. Let me first import re here again. Import re, and from re I want to do a match. Okay, match, what do I want to match? My pattern I want to match with my test string that I have specified. Okay, enter. So nothing is returned because we have to capture the result. So I will capture the result and print the result. Okay, so there is no match here. Ideally, so basically what we are saying is letter A, 3 things could come in the between, and yes. But if I modify my pattern saying start with A, that is what this means now. Okay, and end with dollar. Sorry, end with means yes. Ideally it should have matched now, because we have abyss. uh, okay, world, world is an abyss. Or let me say, don't start with A, end with yes. Not coming. Okay, what if I specify only word? Okay, we got the match. So the match is span will give you the index. Okay, remember, span will give you the index. It is starting at index 0, ending at index 5, and the match is for this word. Let's just say I will remove the dollar as well. Okay, then also you have a match. So basically what I'm trying to show you here is, if you have a string abyss, the world is, let's just say now, now also the match is there. But what if All right. So this word match, no, the match, it is trying to apply the pattern at the start of the string. That is why we are getting none. Okay, that you have to understand. This match applies the pattern at the beginning, from the beginning of the sentence. Let's just say I will modify a little bit. Let me show both true and positive result. Abyss. Okay, this is a match. And another example is the world is an abyss. Okay, there is no match. Now let's just say I will make, I don't have to import multiple times, but let's just say I will do find. Instead of match I will do a, okay, find all. Okay, now you see you got the match. So the difference between match and find all is, match will look at the very beginning of the sentence or the string or the file, whatever. So only you remember that difference. So if you can use match only if you want to start matching from the beginning of the sentence. But if you want to find the result somewhere hidden in your file or in your logs or in your um, other types of files or in your string, you can use find all. Okay, but don't pay, I mean, just know the difference. We are still not talking about methods. That is not what I'm trying to teach you. What I'm trying to teach you here is the use of dots. Okay, I will come back to methods again. Match, find all, others I will teach you in depth, but for now just pay attention to this dots. Dots are used when you wanna have different choices for the places where dots are specified. Let me use the same, sorry, let me use the same thing, but I will change the word here. Aeroplanes. Okay, now we have multiple, I have a match here, but the problem is there are too many letters, but the dots specified are less. Let's see, there is no match. Okay, or let me do a find all, because at least find all will get me. See, find all is not able to fetch these results. This is not matching. But if I increase the number of dots to match this word, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, I have 8 dots, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, okay, let me add one more dot, 8. Now I got a aeroplanes. Did you understand the use of these dots? The dots are used to replace the words in between, whatever you want to have here. Let's just say I replaced O with 0. Let's see. You see, you got the 0. Let's just say I replaced O with something like dash. You got the dash. So basically, irrespective of what you want to have in the middle, if you want that to change, then that is when you get this. Now again, if I had another aeroplanes here, what will happen? I'll get multiple hits, because we are finding all the patterns that are matching in the string. Is this clear? Is the usage of dot clear? Okay. Hmm. There is no limit that I am known of, but you see the highest biggest word in English happens to be finite number, right? But you are not gonna match those, right? So these dots, if you know what is the length of the word, result word that you are gonna get, then you can use dot. Okay, there is you're talking about the limit, right? Mhm. Okay, small strings. Yes, yes. No, no, it can be used for big ones also, but if you know such a word exists, see, irrespective of how many dots you add, it will work. It will try to do the match. But such a word should exist here. Yes, it will. No, I don't think it will include spaces. No. I don't think it will include the spaces. Okay, but let me show you one more thing. I will remove this dash and add a space. Okay, yeah, it included. Interesting. Okay, it includes spaces also in that case. Okay, this is going to be help. Go ahead. Yes. Yeah, we will come to those. Yeah, we will come to those. Here you only pay attention to dot. So what is how dot is working? Okay, we have a way to do that. So okay, we will come to that. But first, try to understand only dot for now. That's why I said specifically only pay attention to dots here. Usage of dots. Don't worry about other things. Okay, all right. So let's just say this will be useful. Let's just say you're fetching a API, and you know how the addresses are, right? 256 bits addresses are something like this. Sometimes they are something like this, right? If you wanna know, if you want to see something starts with, if you know something starts with like this, for example, um, let's just say, just for the sake of explaining this, okay. Um, you have something like this, a string like this, okay. I will add this as my string, okay. Now here using dots is not feasible, okay. Using dot doesn't make sense also. For this we have some other mechanism called, okay, if my pattern happens to be, remove this, let's just say my pattern happens to be Google, and then followed by a star, whatever you want to have you can have, and this has to be my string too, okay. So you get Google, and Google can follow anything, but you're getting the match for only for Google. But let's just say um, carrot, okay. Okay, let me try the match. No, it's still the okay. I'll come to this, okay. Ideally we need to fetch everything, right? So that I will show you, but let me go to the second meta character, okay. Square brackets. Now in square brackets, very interesting thing is square brackets will match only what you specify in the square bracket. For example, if I add ABC, okay, and you wanna, if this is my pattern, let's just say this is my pattern, and I want to fetch the result, and let me use the test string, and I will change this to world, okay. So whatever you specify inside a square bracket, only those things will be matched. For example, wherever you have W, wherever you have O, R, L, D, again you have the repetition of one of these, only those will be matched, okay. So square bracket means only whatever you specify inside the bracket, only those will be matched. Dot means dot can match anything in its place, okay. That is the um, difference. Is this clear? is a square. Okay, okay. Square bracket means if you specify anything inside it, let's just say I specified only a, and my test string has all these, and I'm saying only match a, then it will match only a. But if I add match a e I o u, something like that, it will match. Okay, I have added spaces, that's why. But if I don't add the space and just ask it to specify match only this, it will match those. And if I use match instead of find all, the match uses in the beginning, right? Okay, fine. So if you do a find all, so if you notice the your results would happen to be one of those letters only. Find all is giving you the list. Okay, find all is giving you the list, but when you do use a different method like match, or you have sub also, right? You have split also, or search also. Okay, we'll try search also. So anything that you use, they might give you different way. Let me try with search. Okay, is okay. So ideally fine, so it's giving only that one. Okay, so it is giving the match as well as giving you the index of where it exists. Let's just say if I want to access 0, yeah, I get the first value where it has matched. Anyway, so you have search also, find also, and match also. These things work differently, but I will talk about these methods later on. But what I want you to understand is whatever you specify in this brackets, only those will be matched. So this list is coming because of find all. That's find all returns a list, that's why you're getting a list. Search doesn't return a list, that's why you're not getting anything. You're getting basically groups. Okay, matches you are getting. Okay, you if you want to access the first match, you can hit 0, or if you want to access second match, you can hit 1. Okay, there is no such group. Second match is not there, but whatever it is, so first match is there, so you can access using indexing. Okay, so that way. But the what how it is being returned is not what is important. What is being returned is what is important. So if you specify square brackets, whatever it is, only that will be returned. Okay, that is the use of square brackets. If you want to know how many times it is available, basically. Okay, so that is when you can use it. Is this clear? Okay, all right. The third pattern is a caret pattern. Okay, so okay, coming to this example, this is my string 2, and here what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see where my Google starts, or let's just say this thing. Let's just say um, okay, yeah, some value here. Okay, wherever that exists. Okay, but Google will work, right? Okay, but fine. These are all added as one single string, so it's not finding in between the string. But if this was the case, then it would find. So if you try to find something that starts with Google, in this case it's not starting, the entire string is not starting. But if you give Google, Google starts with this. So basically caret is used if you want to check if something starts with this. Okay, Google or whatever the pattern you specify. And if I want to check if something starts with number, this again I will come back. But So there is something called D, and in the string 2 if I add, okay, so you have a match. You can, don't worry about slash d also, I will again talk about it, but just pay attention to this caret. Caret means if you want to check if something starts with, same as if I type string 2 dot starts with, okay, this we already starts with, if you type 0 0 0 0, then you will get true. Okay, so what it indicates is this particular string is starting with 0 0 and the result is being written. Is that understood? Caret is being used to see check if something starts with, okay. Brackets is used to get only the match that is inside of this, and dots are used to match in such a way that whatever wherever dot is specified, other characters or numbers can take its place. Okay, if this is clear, then dollar will also be very easy. Dollar indicates if something ends with, let's just say, apis.com. I have something called apis.com and I want to check if this entire string ends with .apis.com. Okay, so if I type dollar here, this will be my result. Yes, so result is, find all is returning the result, that's why you're getting this. But if you use other method like match starts, okay, in the beginning by default, search, so you get the search result. Where is it found? It is found at the index 33 to 41. Okay, so different methods do the different job, but nevertheless you just understand what how to match to at the end how to get the result. If you want to do the match from the end, this is how you do it, by using dollar. If you want to do it from the beginning, you use caret. Is this clear? Okay. Okay, all right. Mhm. Mhm. Right. So very simple. So this string 2 is there, right? String 2, we have a method called ends with. Okay. Ends with, you can specify apis.com. So if you check, it will get true. Okay. All right. So this is about dollar, and the next one is interesting, but it looks for repeated letters. Let's just say, yeah, something like n. Okay, something like that, just for the sake of example. And if you want to check, uh, let's just say you want to do okay, something like that. How many years are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 years are there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 years are there. But here what I will specify is, I will specify m a, repeat a as many times as you want. See, that's what the meaning is. Repeat the letter, so repeat preceding letter multiple times. Okay, that's what star does. So if I type man, so I got a match. Or if I use a find all method, I'll get the match. Did you understand this? If you want to check for a repeated letter many times, that is when you can use this. Clear? Oh, mhm. Sure. str dot to count of, yeah, 7 times is there. Okay. 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 The next pattern, next meta character is plus. Now plus more or less does the same job as a star, but with little variation. Okay, let's just say you wanna check for ma plus n. This is my pattern, and my string 2 is again in this only. Okay, this is my string. Okay, if I do in this case, only in this case, if you notice, it is able to get a match, a plus match. Okay, but if I had another word, let's just say not even this, woman. Okay, you see, I still get the match. I still get a match because a plus also indicates that only one or more occurrences. Okay, whereas star, I will show you another example for star to show the difference. Star indicates zero or more occurrences. Okay, multiple times, zero to multiple times, that is the thing. Okay, here this plus indicates one to multiple times. Okay, um, that is the difference. Okay, here a is coming only once, hence there is a match. But here for star, let me modify this example to show you. If I had 0, how would I show is, let's just say, okay, let me try this. Okay, so even though basically what we are saying is, if you want the string that you're trying to look for, you're sure that it starts with a, but somewhere in between you're not sure whether it was a or e, or you don't remember. Okay, so that is when, if you want to check whether if it was a or not, um, or if it exists or not exists. Okay, either way, if it exists one time or if it exists multiple times, you're not sure, that is when you can make use of star. So the difference is 0 to multiple times star will look, plus will look for 1 to multiple times. So if you don't have anything here, let's just say you have the same example mn here, you see no result. Ideally mn should have been matched, because if it was a star, if it was a star, only mn will come here, but in this case nothing will come because it requires at least one. Is this clear? Minute difference. Okay, now question mark. Now another pattern is question mark. If I type ma question mark n, and if I type the same thing as woman, okay, this also will give you man. But the difference here is there is additional condition. Either it can be 0 to multiple, same as star, but all those occurrences should be left of the of pattern. They should be on the left side of the pattern. Okay, so whatever this a is coming should be left side. If it was something like okay, let me take the second example. Let's just say the example, let's just say, was okay, let's test this example, man. Okay, so this is giving you no result. Okay, my bad. So 0 to 1 times only, exactly 1 times. With question mark it is 0 to 1 time only. Okay, if you have multiple times it won't match. If you have 0 times also, it will match. So let's check that 0 times. So that is the pattern. Okay, 0 times is mn, pattern is ma question mark n. So here I have specified the pattern. Here if you notice mn will come. mn will come, man will come, but if it is multiple times it won't come. Okay, so that is the difference between star, question mark and plus. Is this clear? Okay, okay, all right, very good. So now there is another thing. The another meta character is braces. Okay, let's just say another. This is the braces. This is our pattern. In the pattern, I am specifying two things. One is the value, the value itself, for example a, okay, and how many times that should be repeated. Let's just say 5 times. Okay, and if I give, or maybe I'll give you a different value. Let's just say a I want to match. Okay, how many times, at least how many times it should come is what I have to specify here. Two, at least 2 times, and maximum how many times it should come, 3 times. Okay, um, that is when you want to use braces. If okay, another example also I'll show you, but for now let's just say in this very same string you have this. Okay, if you do, a result is empty, but if I reduce that number of years, okay, okay, maximum 3 times. Let me try this. Okay, how about this? Christian most. Okay, so let's change this to a has to be repeated at least 2 times. And this seems to be okay. Let me try something. So maybe a b c. Okay. Another one d a. This is my string. This is my pattern. 2, 3. Is it because of added space or something? Ah, okay, because of that. So I had added a space. Okay, just remember, don't you shouldn't make that mistake. So don't add the space between 2 comma 3. That's why it was not matching. Okay, let's okay, this is one example. So basically what we are saying is you can get me a, but make sure that it is repeated at least 2 times and maximum 3 times. Only then you fetch me. So that is when you get the result. But if you want to do the, instead of fetching all the results, if you want to do a match, okay, match will give you the index value, and search will also give you the result of the span groups. Okay, so here also you'll get the, in this case only for this example you are getting the very same results, but for other examples you might get different things. But ideally match will start from the beginning. We have a match here in the beginning, that's why it's working. If I had something else like hello, it may not work for match. Okay, match will give you end because match matches only in the beginning, but search will go on to search in the entire bucket. Okay, so, and you can access that by passing an index value where it is available. Did you understand the difference? Here if I specify man at least 3 times, then you have a match. 3 times is there. But if I add the fourth time, okay, in 4 times also there is 3 times, right? So that's why it's matching. But if I make it in such a way, okay, let's do a find out, then we can understand. You see, woman is not being returned because a is only 2 times in the man, in man part of it. If I add another, then you'll get double a. So this a is being matched where it is found. Is this clear? Okay, Okay, all right. The last one, last meta character, or there is one more. Okay, so or let's just say you want to match one thing or the other thing. Let's just say my pattern is either match, okay, alpha or match beta. Okay, so in this case, and my string is, let's just say, okay, um, alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Okay, something like that. I've just written. Res is equal to re dot find all of pattern, comma, string, and print me the results. So what it means is, if I specify alpha or beta, I'll get either this. I'll get the result if one of those is present. Now I will delete alpha. Now see, I got only beta. Okay. Now I'll delete beta. I will add alpha. Okay. So I still got my spelling bad. Okay. I still got alpha. Now I will merge alpha with gamma. Okay. I will still get the result. Okay. You understood, right? If you wanna match one thing, or it's like a or condition. Okay. It's literally or only. Okay. Like or value. Okay, or pi p stands for r. So either you wanna match with this or you wanna match with that. um, okay, and there is one last meta character. Let's just say another pattern is where I want to match certain things which are part of this brackets. Square brackets we saw already. Square brackets means it will match one of those letters. Okay, but here I want to match apple or orange, but I have added a square bracket, sorry, uh, common bracket. And here let me add this. My string is apple and orange are good for health, something like this. See what is happening. Okay, to understand this, let's just say add a square bracket. You see the difference? If you want to match something exactly what is written, okay, then you change the bracket to common bracket. If you want to match at letter level, basically this is at letter level, character level matching. This is at word level, or we call it token level, word or token level matching. That is the difference. This is character or letter level matching. Is this clear from the results? If you want to fetch one of these exactly end to end, that is when you can use this. Now in your question, in the very previous question that you asked, if you want to match a string exactly as is, you can use this. All you have to do is just add a common bracket around that keyword, and then you can write, okay, let's just say with open you have a log file. Let's just say with open certain log file you have. Okay, some log file dot log. Okay, as what is the mode? Either you can use in, I will use in W plus mode. Okay, as f, and then you can say f. um, okay, for I in f. Okay, if I equals to, okay, this pattern match, this is your pattern apple, or you can also do a orange. Okay, uh, print print I, no, if you print I, you'll get only apple, but you want to fetch the complete, um, okay, f dot tell where it is located. Okay, first get me print f dot tell. Okay, now you got the index. Now at that index you have to print. Okay, so f dot tell will give you the index value. Okay, now if you add this entire f dot tell as an index, okay, but you want to read, you understanding, you're reading from where you are getting the index. Are you following me? Wherever the match is there, okay, you're trying to get the f dot tell with that match where the pointer is pointing. The moment you add that condition, pointer will go to that match, right? That match index you are getting, and from that match index you are reading. Now you will be able to print whatever you want where the match is there. Is this clear? Okay, something like that. I mean, you can build your own logic. Okay, you can write complex logic, but this is just to show you how you can do in various log files or text files, whatever files you can get it. Okay, so that's all about meta characters. Up until this point, have you understood? Okay, sure, sure. Question mark is simple. Okay, just like your star and plus, here also you're gonna match a repeated preceding letter. Okay, but the difference is you're going to match only if 0 or 1 match is found. Question mark is, okay, let me write it here. Question mark is only for 0 to 1 matches only. Okay, star is, okay, 0 to multiple, 0 to n I will write, 0 to n matches. Okay, repeated matches. Okay, that is also there. Repeated matches. This plus is 1 to n matches. This is also repeated. For this one you can't add repeated simply because there is only one letter maximum allowed. Okay, so yeah, so that is the difference. Okay, up until this point, if you have understood, um time is completely up. If you have understood, then very well, excellent, because these regex and file handling is going to be used extensively. Okay, depending on your kind of work you're going to use, especially if you are going to be a ml engineer, I would say please practice this. This is going to be extremely helpful. Okay, even for some sort of debugging, it will be helpful. Tomorrow we'll continue the same file regex part. Tomorrow we will see how to use these methods that we have along with special sequences and method. Then we will extract the groups from the results and we will use these. So these three we will see tomorrow. Today the uh, concentration is only on these. Okay, okay.